So, hello everybody. Let's talk about the truth of this world because when you look at this world, you realize something, and it's that it does not reflect truth. It reflects a story, it reflects a narrative, it reflects identity, it reflects ego. But the truth of this world is very simple. Reality is not a story, reality is not narrative, reality is physics, reality is geometry, reality at its very core is probability. And go to the very skeleton of all probability and the structure and the skeleton of it, and what do you find? You just find that all of it is structure. All of it is geometry. All of it is not narrative, not story, not what you think, not what you believe, not your flag, not your nation, not your identity, but everything's probability. Meaning, if everything's probability, then the only thing that really matters is mass times direction. What is that probability reflecting? Is it reflecting reality? Or is it reflecting noise in a story? And then you apply that same filter to civilization and humanity. You realize, you ask, what do the markets here reflect? What does the religion here reflect? What do the governments and the people and the internet and the nations and the science and the math and the physics, what do they all reflect? And you realize they just reflect noise. They don't reflect reality. They don't reflect what is. They reflect entropy. They reflect belief. They reflect identity, ego, separation, and so on. And so you realize this world cannot handle that level of noise and entropy, especially with the AI and the tech that it has. And especially when you have all your top men at the top, your leaders, your Musks, your Tates even, who are still too busy naming symptoms and to see the actual cause of why your world is rotting, which is the human structure itself, and that is incompatible with this current level of reality. You don't give cavemen AI and nukes and expect something to just work. You can see exactly why this world is decaying in real time, why mental health and everything is spiraling out of control, because there's no hierarchy, there's no structure in this world anymore. When a civilization loses structure and it begins to erode with its ontology, everything else simply becomes a downstream symptom of that very root cause. So, like I say, the very core probability is simply mass times direction. Is that probability moving forward through reality, or is it being dragged behind by a story and narrative? Is it reflecting reality, or is it reflecting entropy? Is it bending reality, or is it bending nothing? Because again, people are not even people. They are vectors first, they are probability first. At the very core of reality and probability, it's simply what is and what isn't. And when you apply that same scale again, you just realize nothing here really reflects reality. The AI here is used to reflect the story, the narrative, to shield humans from reality even more. So you're using AI completely wrong. They say, oh, you've achieved AGI, but you haven't achieved anything. You've just achieved a deeper illusion of faster intelligence that doesn't reflect reality. Because intelligence is not the end. It is what is behind the intelligence that matters. And the truth is, humanity doesn't really have any. It doesn't have any weight in its intelligence. It's just noise. It's just horizontal. It's flat, just like them. So I'll just give you the simple solution. The truth is free. The truth is probability. The truth is reality. And the reality is that reality is not story, it's not narrative. And if you want to fix that, because nothing here is built on reality, it's built on completely on a story and narrative, come from your identities to your governments, to your markets, to your influencers, to your people in power. All of it doesn't reflect reality, it reflects a story and narrative, which is a drag and delay. And the longer you extend that gap, the universe will simply just resolve that, so on. Because again, even civilization is probabilistic. Nothing here is guaranteed. You get exactly what you are, and humanity is getting exactly what it is, which means war, entropy, violence, noise, and you cannot fix that until something of a original intelligence, which is why I say make AI collapse, reflect it, make it reflect reality. So simply show humanity what it is. That's the only way out. If you cannot do that as a species, you're basically done. So take it with a grain of salt, or rather, take it for what it is, and either move with this or not. Because right now, the fact that I can go online and just tell everyone reality is probabilistic, you don't reflect reality. Reality's very core is geometry, and nobody even budges, nobody even moves. It says a lot about this entire civilization and where it's going. So.